because those 100s do much more than the defense ignore the diamond bolts.
I don't have the diary for the extra proc chance.
Doesn't matter. It goes from what, 5 to like 5.5? Yeah, no one cares. Okay. Unless you're going for Grandmaster Combat Achievement Task speed runs, it is not gonna matter. It is. It's nice to have, but that's about it, really. DDS is fine. Don't suppose you have a Fang?
Nope.
Do you have any other decent stab weapon?
I don't know.
Arcane Blade could work, actually, unironically. How much is a Hasta nowadays? There's a Merakian Hasta.
I can buy the Bell's Folly thing.
A Hasta would be better. I don't know how much a Hasta is, though. 1.6 mil. It's cheaper than a Bell's Folly. Yes, the Zamarakian Hasta. Good stab weapon, a good crush weapon. It has only shared XP, so you won't really train a particular style with it. I guess you could train defense, but yeah. You just want a good stab weapon, and in lower invocations, the extra accuracy of the Bell's Folly won't do that much for you. So just stick to the Hasta.
Oh, did you see my stats, by the way? Do they matter?
Show me your stats. See what they look like. Nah, it looks fine. You don't have to have 90 pluses for 150s. If you want, you could do it with 70 stats, so you're good.
I still need the Keras Partisan, right?
I'd say bank that one actually and just use the Hasta. If you had a blue gem, then it would be nice for Kefri, but without it, it's probably similar to the Hasta, so save an inventory spot. Alright, let's see what you have. It's your 3-way mage, 3-way range, that all looks fine. Mixed height is nice for melee. And range, it has stab, you have your B-ring, your Barrow's Close Fury. Yeah, that all looks fine to me. Do you have access to thralls?
I have the book, I'm not sure.
Okay. What's your magic level again?
85?
85. Yeah, you could bring thralls in here. But there's a bank inside of ToA, so that's fine. During your first clear, were there any things in particular that stood out to you? Where you think?
I wasn't really sure what my priorities in the monkey room were. I got really lost. Took a lot of damage there. Warden P4, I think.
The very last
Didn't really
phase
know what I had to do there.
The one with the lightning and the...
Yeah, and the tiles get ripped away.
Okay. Any issues with Akka or Zebak or Kefri, or were those...
Kefri was a little bit difficult.
Okay.
Akka and Zebak, I think they're really free.
Okay, that's good actually. Akka is usually one of the harder rooms for starters, so if that one felt free to you, that's good.
I didn't enable the true tiles for the white orbs. I need to do that, but besides that.
The thing is, they only go horizontal, vertical, diagonal, so true tiles, they could be nice. On the other hand, if you see one coming from 5 or 6 tiles away, just step a tile to the side. It's not that special, but it is an option if you like it. Where do you live? Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to world 628. Alright, did you run the raid with any invocations at all?
No.
Okay. I'll make us a party. Did you have a look at the invocations before you started or no?
Yes, I checked. Basically, I watch a lot of No Monkey videos.
Mm-hmm.
With his like the 300 invocation things.
Yes.
I've seen I know where to stand on Zebek when he spawns like the blood thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I need to run around to the other side of the room to not get damaged and heal him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kefri just spawns more things. I don't think I can do the Baba boulder thing where I insta die when I fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I only 2-hit the boulders.
Okay, yes. But
I don't think
you know how
anything.
Nothing. No, so you know about invocations, how they work in general.
I know it, the 51 to not bring hot food.
Mm-hmm.
I know insanity. Time limits, death limits.
Perfect. Nah, then we'll be fine. Let's see what we're gonna turn on. We won't turn on time limit for this one. Because I will be explaining a lot, and it's a good chance we just won't make time. If you go to the party and you apply to my party, it's Many Ferrets, yes. Okay, we're just gonna go through the invocations. Softcore is nice. If one of us does die, the other one can just finish the room, and it's what 15 extra points, so we take those. Once you get comfortable with the raid, look at the time invocations. Once you get good at it, you can speed through it really, so they are 3 points as well. Walk the path, it's 50 points. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it, so we're gonna use it. Every time we finish a room, another room gets leveled up. If a room hits level 2, something will happen to it, and it depends on the room, so we'll get there when we get there. Deadly Prayers is nice. Just make sure you pray the right thing, and it will cost you maybe an extra restore through the entire raid, so that's whatever. On a diet is nice. You can just use Bruise, and it will also remove the... what are those things called again? The bandages you get from the life portion, and it swaps it in for an Ambrosia, so on a diet actually makes the raid easier in my opinion. Lively Larva is free 5 points, it's not that interesting. Blowing Mud, it's the dung special where you get thrown back. With one person in the raid, if you do a solo, it doesn't change anything. With 2 or more people, 2 people at a time will get targeted by the dung. But once you learn how to deal with the dung, you'll be fine really. For Zebek, not just the head is nice. Just adds a bit of extra magic damage. Doesn't matter too much. Arterial spray can also be nice. You have to be careful though when you're in groups that you stay away from other people, otherwise you can get hit by the blood barrage multiple times. Blood thinners I would recommend at all times if you're using not just the head. The big blood guy is 3x3, but his hitbox is not very clear, so it's very easy to get hit by him. With the blood thinners, it's just 3 small ones. It doesn't change anything about the mechanics. It's just a bit easier to dodge, in my opinion. For Akka, I'm just not going to turn on anything now. They are quite specific. Once you get used to the raid, feeling special is nice. It actually speeds up the rate, which is always good. Stay vigilant. If you are good at the room is also fine, especially once you learn how to butterfly it and it makes the room top tier. Before that, don't worry too much about it. For Baba, I have Mind the Gap off right now. It's very easy to die if you don't know where to stand. We'll get there when we get there. I will teach you how to deal with it when we get to the room. But for now, we're just going to leave it up, because if you do make a mistake and you go down there, you just insta-die, and it's just not fun. Gotta Have Faith is usually pretty easy to deal with. Jungle Japes is a free 5 points, but it can fuck you up. If it spawns smaller baboons and you kill it, it will drop bananas to the floor. If you step on the bananas, you slip, you fall, you take a bit of damage, and you get stunned. If you combine that with the boulders falling down and Mind the Gap, it's very easy to wipe. So we're just going to leave it off for now. We don't need the points. Shaking things up, I would always recommend having on. The slam attack will be bigger, but you will have more time to run away from it. So it makes it easier to deal with the slam attack. Boulder dash, I'm going to leave off for now. As you said, you have trouble with killing the boulders. So if you have to two-shot everything, it's going to be very rough. And I think, yeah, for warders, I'm just going to turn off everything for now. Most of these invocations are pretty free, except maybe Insanity. Penetration can also be a bit harder. It's during the second phase after you killed the obelisk. If you get hit by the skull bombs or the windmill or the lines that come at you, they will hit harder and they will turn off your prayer. It is very easy to get stacked out. Getting hit for a 30 by a special and then another 30 from a ranged or a mage attack usually isn't that fun. But once you get used to the specials, usually you just have that one on. Ancient Haste and Acceleration. For Ancient Haste, during the first phase where you kill the obelisk, you will have to deal with more of the UFOs and the balls being thrown at you. If you have good DPS, it's fine. If you don't have good DPS, you will take a lot of damage there. For Acceleration, during the second phase where you fight the first warden, you will have to deal with more of the specials, so more skull bombs, more windmills, etc. Once you learn to deal with those specials, it's a pretty free invocation as well. Overclocked 1 and 2 are ones I would recommend getting used to as soon as you can, because they are still pretty easy to deal with. And they are not as hard as Insanity. Insanity I would just leave for now, get used to the raid as it is, and then leave Insanity for later. If you click refresh on the bottom left, it will show you the invocations that are on now. I changed them around a little bit. We will be at raid level 155. If you're at 150, you still have about, 98% chance that the purple will be a light bearer or a fang. But once you go over it at 150, then all the other purples have a good chance of rolling as well. So if you want to farm this, do at least a 155. Any questions?
In which room do we start?
What would you like? What did you do?
Zebek or Akka?
Zebek or Akka, okay. In that case, I would say start with Zebek. And then we are probably gonna go Kefri. Because then we can have salts for Akka. And salts are very nice at Akka. Let's see, looking at your inventory, you have a bunch of brews, you have your pots, you have an anti-venom, which is fine.
Drain pickaxe ready.
Okay, perfect, that's also done then. Bone dagger for the defense drain is good, DDS for the core is fine. How comfortable are you using with when it comes to thralls?
Not comfortable at all.
Okay. I would say just bring them. And I'll just remind you to summon your thrall every now and then.
What do I need? The book.
It is blood runes, cosmic runes, and fire runes. Do you have a rune pouch?
Nope.
Okay, then don't bring thralls, then it's gonna take too much inventory space. Try to get your rune pouch ASAP. Currently I have 5 runes in my inventory, one of them is a combination, and it all fits in one inventory spot. Would recommend getting a rune pouch ASAP. You can even buy them on the GE, I think. They are 7 mil though, so they are quite expensive. You can also just do your Slayer for it, or even LMS if you want to. I think we have everything. Do you have any questions before we go in?
Do I need any tile markers or something?
We'll get there when we get to the rooms.
Okay.
Alright, then I'm gonna pre-pot and then we can go.
Am I not supposed to bring these?
You can if you want them. You have the inventory space, so just bring them. I have a lot more switches, so I don't have as much inventory space for extra potions.
Oops.
Alright, you've done this one before already, so you should be fine.
Yes, but I don't know how to avoid damage here. I just run in and do it.
I know that Tile Packs plugin has tile markers for this one. If you run back and you take damage, it halves the amount of water you have in your thing currently. And it will start to add up if you get hit multiple times. Do you have the Tile Packs plugin or no?
Nope.
Okay. We'll get to it after we finish this room then. I personally don't use the Tile Packs plugin, but from what I recall, if you start on this tile and you click to the tile in front of the waterfall, don't click on the waterfall, but click on the tile in front of it, you should run through everything. Take the one all the way to the left side, yeah, perfect. And there's also one here. And then when you run back, basically every tile is moved up. So you start on a tile, not in front of the statue, but just one behind it. And you can just run back this way. The other side is a bit easier to deal with, because the spikes there are pretty quick. So you don't even really have to worry about the tiles. You can just wait for them to start. Yes, yeah, every side is different. Every path even has a different rotation for the spikes.
Can I not just use ones on the right side?
Yeah, you can. Just pick a side you like the most and use that one. Any questions about this room before we start? You should be familiar with the mechanics already, so it won't be that interesting.
I think that's easy.
Okay, perfect. Use your range gear, shoot it, and hope you hit lots of rubies. This boss has so much HP, rubies are very nice here.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to, but I start flicking my prayers because I run out.
Sure, if you want to save some prayer points, if you want to flick, by all means. Not even close. Alright, for this puzzle, there's always a solve on the left side of the room for the first one. And after the first one, there's always a solve on the middle of the room. Good thing to know, you can skip over these tiles if there's only one and you run. So you don't have to walk all the way around. If there's just one, just run over it and you won't get hit by the poison. So in this case, you stand here and run over it, and that way you can't get hit. For this one, be careful. You don't have the attack range with a crossbow. If you have a T-bow or a Bofa or
I marked the range.
Okay,
but apparently I marked it wrong.
I think, let me get this one first. Solve in the middle, shoot it, and we're good. Can you stand on this line and hit the boss? Because I think you're one tile. Yeah, that's the one if you have a Armadillo crossbow or a Zerite crossbow. You have an extra tile. For a normal crossbow, it is this line. And this is the CCB and ACB line. And this is the Bofa, T-bow, Shadow line.
Yeah, but Bofa's like 200 mil or something, right?
Yes. You'll get there eventually. If you do enough ToA, you will make the money.
Hopefully.
I believe. Let's get on to Kev 3. In a solo, you don't have to do all 4 of the puzzles, you just need to do 2. Don't know if you knew, but now you do. If you're in a solo and you start on this puzzle, after you've done it, you can just go to the other side through the passage here, and then go through this door. Your door or your puzzle will open the door on the right, my puzzle will open the door on the left. That's why you need to crawl through if you're in a solo. Personally, I try to always skip the obelisks.
Yeah, I never done them.
Okay. And it's basically you gotta find out which goes first, which one goes second, then third, then fourth, then fifth. So it's just hitting or shooting at them until you figure out the order. The ToA plugin will tell you what the first one is. There's no attack on the obelisks, so you can keep just going for it.
To just pray range and
yeah, pray range against the other guys. Correct. It's just one you have to go through. So that's one. If you don't want to do this together, because then it is gonna be a bit bad, I'll just let you do this one. $50-50 on lucky. As I said in solos, I skipped that one. It just takes much longer than the other ones. In a duo or higher, you cannot walk behind the statue here. So you do have to do the puzzle with a teammate. Usually someone picks a Z form, so either you or I start on the top left. In this case we'll start on yours, so you start with star, and then you're just going to follow a Z pattern. So the next one would be line, then W, then knives.
Oh, I did birds.
No, do knives. You go for the Z pattern, it is most commonly used. Then you have diamond, the crook, and then boot. Perfect. Alright, if you can watch my stream, I have a bunch of tiles marked. The most important ones are the ones labeled 1 and 2 in the back.
I know that on 1, I need to step back for the line, because else he puts it on the right?
Yes, correct, otherwise he's gonna go diagonal.
Yeah.
So you have to, that's the most important point for the melee trap. I'll show you the tiles later for dung stacking. We shouldn't have trouble with it right now, because I'm here to do DPS as well. And your Hasta is probably better than the partisan you had before. When it comes to the eggs, we have lively larvae invocation right now. So twice as many eggs will have a small scarab in them, the agile scarab. Only the big brown eggs will spawn a scarab. The small, lighter brown eggs don't do anything. If you stand next to them when the eggs pop, they will explode and deal some damage. So try to keep distance from them. Usually if I'm running back and forth to dodge the attack from Caffrey, I just kill the egg that is closest to me so it won't hit me and I can just keep running back and forth. Don't worry too much about it. The most important part is the dung stacking, and that will come later. Any questions?
How do I see that he's casting the line?
There will be a small swarm of flies around your character. There is a small sound cue for it as well, but usually it is hard to hear through the sound your weapons and such make. So just look at your character, and if you see a small swarms of flies around it, if you look at the boss itself, you see like the flies swarming around it right now, it will look very similar to how it looks on your character. So are you ready?
Oh, and do I need? I'm not sure what to pray here, because like against him I don't need to pray anything, right?
No, correct. You just dodge the attacks. His attacks are magic, so if you will get hit, you can quickly swap to pray magic. It halves the damage. Otherwise, you don't really pray anything here until it swarms the first couple eggs. Then you just pray range, and you can keep that on for the rest of the room. If you trap the melee especially, it can't get to you, so you won't need to pray melee. So once it spawns the eggs, just pray range and just keep that one on.
Okay.
And obviously use your piety. Wanna go? Let's go. After the next attack, we should get the flies. You see them around you right now. That's when you get to the line. It always alternates between the dung special and then the eggs, but there is a cap of how many of the small scarabs can be in the room. After that, it will only cast the dung special.
Do we clear the little scarab fly things, or do we just
usually I don't. Just tank and pray range and don't worry about them. In this case, I will hit the middle egg here because it's next to me, and if it explodes, it can damage me. But that's it, really. If you want, especially in groups, someone or a couple people usually deal with the swarms. The swarms are currently healing Caffrey's shield. If you're quick enough, they will barely restore Caffrey's HP. And it makes it so the boss is quicker because there's less shield to go through. As you can see right now, its shield is not fully done because we killed a bunch of the smaller swarms. Next special is going to be dung again. When that happens, I want you to run all the way east, basically to the end of the dung line where it is currently. Now, just run here. And pray, don't forget to pray range. The small scarabs won't hit hard, but they will hit, so if you just keep your protect range up, you'll basically ignore all damage.
Ran out of prayer.
That's fine, just get it back up. Always kill this guy first. If it charges up fully, it will do a lot of damage. You can protect a bit from it with protect magic, but it's better to just kill it. Right now the melee guy is stuck. He is weak to magic, so you want to use your magic if you kill him. Especially with a shadow, it dies very quickly. Next special should be eggs again, so we're just gonna wait it out. This one is close to us, I'm just gonna hit it. You always hit your max hit on these things, so with piety and a super combat, you should be fine. So it's the dung special again. So I'm gonna get flung back.
Oh.
Don't worry about it, I have enough room. It's a 155, the boss will die very quick. When the shield goes down, it's always guaranteed to do another of the dung specials. Unless you have aerial assault on, you only really need to move one tile. With aerial assault, you need to move two. And dung again, the bigger your groups are, the less you really want aerial assault on, because you can PK your teammates very quickly. Okay, so this is the first tile for the dung stacking. And then this is the second one. That way you will have two vertical lines here towards the end to trap the melee. After that, this side is better for stacking than the south side, because of the way the special works. So usually you can just go 3, and then you run to this tile for the 4th, the 5th, 6th, 7th. You basically just want to walk across this line and then stack the dung that way. The room won't fill up then. Mostly important for high invocation rates, and we're talking about like 400 plus here. In 300s and below, there's really no reason usually. Especially if you have a Fang and you hit a good BGS, you will do more than enough damage to not have to worry about it too much. But when you're in a group, you want to try at least to stack the dung as much as you can. I know on the Mass World, usually they pick southwest, so everyone who gets the dung special is just going to stack across this line. Just to make sure that every other teammate has moved to room around, or has room to move around. And as I said, yeah, not that interesting until you start going for 400s, then it gets interesting. Yeah, that should be it about this room really. It is very straightforward, there's not much to it.
Edging my potions a little bit hard. Maybe I should be using more.
If you don't use a lot of potions, it means you are not taking damage, and if you're not taking damage, it usually means you're doing the room correctly. So just keep them, it's fine. What is very nice actually is we have the helpful spirit now. You can just pick power. It's nice to have the salts and the adrenaline. You don't really have to. You can bank the super combat and the ranging pot. Everything else just keep in your inventory. You can use them. Pick power. I would recommend always picking power. Salts are incredibly strong. With 99 combat stats, it will boost you straight up to 125. It increases your damage by a lot, especially with a powered staff for magic, because that works on your visible magic level. Salt alone gives what, like 4, 5, 6 max hits on your magic. It is very good to have a salt. Life is nice, obviously, because the potions are free and they are better than the ones outside. But with salts you get through the raid quicker, and more raids done is more purples. So you have to be willing to invest your supplies to get the stuff from here. What do you want to do next, Akka or Baba? You go Akka? Okay. Since the path leveled up to level 2, the Akka memory special, it's the one with the glowing symbols on the floor, will have 5 instead of 4. So pay attention to that one when we get there. The special there will be a bit longer.
Oh, the Simon Says flow thing?
Yes, it will have 5 instead of 4.
Yeah, no, it's easy.
That should be perfect then. Alright, before we actually start here, I will have you mark some tiles. If you can peep the stream. All these tiles are 1 tile away from the obelisk. When you look at the guy that is shooting the light beam, when it turns green, if you are on any one of these tiles and click it as soon as the orb turns green, you get an extra hit on the obelisk. If you are below 85 mining, that makes it so you can still one down the obelisk. Technically, the tiles here on the corner work as well. So, but I like it a bit better with how it looks like. And then they are mirrored on the south side of the obelisk.
Good comms, good comms.
So just stand on one of the tiles, alter the obelisk, and then when the orb is full and turns green, that's when you click the obelisk. So 3, 2, 1, click, and then you get an extra hit in. Oh, there's a.
Huh? Also.
Oh well. I thought we all. No, I'll put it in place. Just you can get on the tiles. I thought I placed that one already. Apparently I didn't. There we go. Perfect. Extra hit means you can one down it with without 85 mining.
Easy.
Very. The higher the group is, the more HP the obelisk has, but it's not a 1-to-1, so 2 people won't mean it has double the HP. So the higher the groups are, the easier it is to one down, because you don't need to do as much damage. Alright, for Akka, butterflying is a very nice technique to learn, but don't worry too much about it yet. You have to be tick perfect on that one, and it takes practice. It just takes a lot of practice. When I started learning butterfly, I just went into a 0 invocation raid, and I did this room for 3 hours straight until it finally clicked, and then I was able to butterfly. So leave that one for later. As I said, most important thing is, because it's level 2, we're gonna have 5 of the Simon Says. If the path is level 4, you're gonna have 6, and if it's level 6, you're gonna have 7. So every 2 levels, one extra gets added. For the other specials, in a solo, you don't have the white special. When there is a white special, after a couple seconds, there will be an explosion around everyone in the room. You just want to make sure you are not vertical or horizontal or diagonal from someone else. If you are standing there right now, if I'm here and the special explodes, we will get hit. If I'm here diagonal, we will hit each other as well. But if you go, what is it, the knight's move, we can't hit each other. So you just don't want to be diagonal, horizontal, or vertical from someone else. That's it, really.
Okay.
And I think everything else, yeah, just pray what he prays. and use your best attack style as much as you can. If you do ever get a shadow, you can shadow on this phase and the range phase. If you have a Bofa, it's nice to Bofa if you don't have a shadow yet. Just pick whatever's best for you. I think in this case it would probably be your crossbow because of the ruby bolts. Ruby bolts.
Yeah, also he starts with protect from melee.
Yes, he always starts with protect from melee. And the rotation is always the same. It's always melee, then range, then mage, and then it repeats. So it's always melee, range, mage. It never changes, always the same. Are you ready to go in? Don't forget to use your salt, and let's go. I will not be butterflying, because I do want you to learn to deal with the mechanics. And if I were to butterfly, we won't really have mechanics, so we're just gonna chill for now and hit the boss. Play range. Simon says it's yellow, black, yellow, white, yellow.
Oops.
Black, and then yellow, so stay. White, and then yellow again. Very good. Don't forget to turn back on your prayer. If the special hits you, it turns it off. Play mage. This is the one, don't be diagonal or cardinal from anyone. Perfect, nothing going on. Play melee. And Simon says, first one is black, yellow, black, red, white. So yellow next, then black, and then around the world, red, and last white. Play melee.
No.
I think your prayer ran out. Keep your HP high as well. Salts will restore every 15 seconds, and then they will boost your stats again. Per range, so even if you brew down a bit, it is fine. And salts will go back up eventually anyway. With the orbs, if you move, you drop an orb. If you are DD'd on a group of people, do not move because you will leave an orb behind and it will hit every one of them. They will get mad at you. In solo, doesn't matter. In a group, be careful. Play mage. Right, for this last phase, in everything below like 250, Protect Magic will reduce the damage of the orbs. If it's over that, like near the 300s, usually people pray Redemption, because then the Protect Magic won't do anything anymore. I just want to stay on the move. If you're getting low, just heal up. You have a bunch of brews, and we're gonna get a life drop anyway after Baba. So make sure your HP is high. You don't want to die. If you die, you can't do DPS. In a solo, you have to start over. It's just a waste of time. There we go.
Now, I think I really want True Tides for these.
You can. I do have them marked, but I don't have the true tiles. It's just if I see an orb coming from here and going this way, I know I just have to step one aside, really. Back in the day, before the updates, there used to be more orbs, but not anymore. There's less now. Just do this room a lot and just dodge. True tiles might help a bit, but if you see an orb coming at you, just go out of the way and take another tile to hit the boss with. I mean, the boss is what, in this area here? So if I'm standing here and hitting the boss and I see an orb coming from this way, I can just step aside and hit the boss from here. And just move around. Don't try to dodge them at the last moment possible. Just go out of their way early. That way you can already start looking ahead at all the other orbs that are coming at your way. Okay, monkey room. You said this one gave you a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
If you attack something with the correct attack style, you will always hit your max hit. So if you see a melee guy and you attack it with mage, you will always hit your max hit with mage. The range guy, the green ones, you will always hit your max hit with melee. And the blue guys, the mages, you will always hit your max hit with range. The same goes for the curse baboons, the guys that drop venom. And same goes for the shamans that spawn the little ones. They also get, you always hit your max hit with range there. Personally, with the gear I have and my stats and salts, I can one-shot them by just swapping weapons. If that doesn't work for you, you might have to swap your prayers as well, or even your gear.
I think even with the gear switches I have and prayers, I don't one-shot most of them.
With salts you might be able to, because salts boost a lot. They are better than a super combat, a ranging pot, or an imbued heart. We can just see and we'll see what happens. We can just go for it. If you're doing this in a group, you have to deal with the specials as a group. If you go in first, you are the one that sees where the specials are happening. So you have to tell your teammates what is supposed to happen. If you go to the Mass World and you type P, it's for pillar. You type V for fence. And you type DD for death dot. It's the south tile of the statue in the middle. If you get the corruption special, you don't get that one in a solo, but you will get it in a group. You just stand on top of each other. When we get it one, I'll tell you how to deal with it. You basically just stand on top of someone and left click your neutralizing potion, and you pour it on them, and it neutralizes the corruption. If you're in voice chat, just call pillars or vents or DD, and people will understand. The rotations here for the monkeys are always the same. They usually come in quicker the larger the group is, but you have them right there, I see, so you know what to expect. That means you can already pre-swap your weapons, your prayer, and your gear even if necessary.
Yeah, but it's only the third time I do this room.
Come again?
It's only the third time I do this room. I only know that in the first wave there's one guy I can range. And that's about it.
And then there's two meleeers you attack with magic. You can mark them and change their color as well. I have all my meleeers marked red, my rangers green, and my mages blue. My shaman's light blue, I think. So there's a bunch of stuff you can do for it. You will recognize it eventually. It's just something you have to do a lot, and then once it clicks, it just becomes muscle memory. You never think about it again. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll let you go
another
first. If it's not active anymore, yes.
Sure. The timer's not here.
Yeah, you are still. If the timer's not there, then it ran out already. You should see it in your chat box as well. All right, I'll let you go in first, and if there's a special, just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I usually can protect melee here. Most of the times you get hit by thralls, the little guys, and they are melee. What is the special? I'm corrupted, so you stand on top of me and you click the potion. There we go. That's the one, everyone else in the room will be red. That's how you know they are, it's a corruption special. And then usually people just all get to this tile, stand on top of each other, and then someone pours the potion.
Vent?
Okay. Alright, it's my turn. DD, so this tile, come here. And that is it. Vents, I think we're good though. Oh, this guy's still alive.
Oh.
Yeah, we're good.
So, did you see the red skull on the vents?
Yes.
Oh, I thought only one person can see it for the whole room.
Correct, but after a couple specials, it was swapped to someone else. You went first, so you got what's called applicant sight, so you see what's going on. Then after 2 or 3 specials, someone else in the room will get it. So that's why I had to tell you what to do after that one, because you're gonna see it anymore. So it's you won't encounter it in a solo. In a solo, it will always be you, but in a group, it will swap after a couple specials.
Hmm.
If you right-click your Ava's assembler and you click commune, you can talk to it and tell it to stop gathering random shit for you.
Oh.
That should save you from having to drop all those mithril arrows.
That's nice.
Yes. If you peep the stream, the lines I have marked from bottom to top is where the... Basically, if the boulders come, you don't want to be in the middle, because then you will get dropped in the gap. So, in general, you just want to start teaching yourself that you don't want to be in the middle of the room. You don't want to be, if you are on the line where the tiles are marked, that's fine. If you are over the line towards the middle, that's when you get dropped in the gap and you can die if Mind the Gap is on. Or you will die if Mind the Gap is on. So just try to not be in the middle of the room.
Hmm.
For the boulders, we should be fine. We should be able to two-shot them together. If you kill them quick enough, you can run through them and run to the top. Then if you hit the boss again, it will stop throwing boulders and resume as normal. If you don't have the capability yet of one-shotting them in solos, just leave that for later. Rigger, Eagle Eye and stuff all works for extra damage. So you might have to turn that one on if you don't have like Masori and an Anguish and such. You ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go. Right, there was a big BGS, so don't need a bone dagger. In this case, you're in the middle of the room, so you just want to try to not be in the middle. I'll take the far one. Very nice. Monkeys, just hit them once, you have no attack delay on them, and then they die. If you have jungle japes on, they will drop bananas, so be careful. The boss will do the boulder special at 2/3 and 1/3 of his HP. So be careful. Right now it's at 69.8%. You want to make sure that you are not in the middle, but you are on the side, because it will throw you down as soon as you hit the threshold for the boulder, which should be now. I'll wake up the boss. There you go, you're making? Yeah, perfect. Alright, I'll take the far one, you take the top one. Boss is at 35%, so next good hit is gonna drop it. There we go.
Oops.
I'll wake up the boss. Watch yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Make sure you're playing melee here. Since it's the last part, the last third, you can't stand in the middle because it can't throw you down anymore. So you have a bit more room to move around now. But for the first two phases, just make sure you're in the middle. Or not in the middle, you're on the sides.
But you add so much damage to the raid. Every boss would take like 10 minutes from you.
Yeah, I do have better gear and I have max combat stats, so that does help. There's a helpful spirit again, so it's time for you to get fresh supplies. At this point, I would recommend dropping all your normal supplies in the deposit box and grabbing a life from the boss. So drop all your brews, your restores. You don't need your anti-venom anymore either. And then just grab life. Your pouch with supplies has a right-click resupply option. If you have one potion of each or item of each in your inventory, if I drink one dose of nectar and I click resupply, it will fill it up to full from the pouch. So you don't have to have everything in your inventory. Every time you take a couple doses, just click resupply on the pouch, and you don't have to bother with moving stuff around in your inventory. If you want, you could even set your left click option on the pouch to resupply. If you hold shift and press right click, or do you have it on resupply already? Oh, perfect. You know all the stuff I don't have to tell you. Very nice. All right. What do you know about the first part of Wardens?
I know tank 4 skulls left side, and then range and just pot.
Okay. Is it only 4? Yeah, I guess if you don't have what is it, ancient haste, you don't need more.
I mean, it's
yes.
like it's from a video with a totally different setup and max stats and.
Okay. At 99 HP, usually I tank to about 75 HP. What is that? 24 damage for 8 hits. Then it makes sure that UFOs that come from above don't overlap. I think the 4 tank is more of a 500 thing, really. I usually just tank about 24 damage for 8 hits, and then I just join the rest of the group. In a group, the UFOs don't change. However, the orbs that are shot at you do change. If you tank on the left side, this guy will shoot its first orb. That is the one where you don't want to stand on top or next of your teammates, so you want to spread out. On the second orb, the one that comes from the left, you all want to stand next or on top of each other. People usually stand on this tile. It's the DD tile here again. For that special, just make sure you are next or with your teammates, really. Just stand on top of them. I don't think there's much else, really. I do have these 2 tiles for you to mark still.
To dodge Obelisk.
Yes, you can run over the windmill and the line. There's this tile. And then this tile. This one and this one also works. Or this one and this one. The second phase, the obelisk specials, like the windmill and stuff. Any trouble there or not really?
Yes.
Okay. What is your trouble?
On my kill, I basically I used a lot of pots.
Okay, just brute forced it basically.
Yeah.
All right. First one, skull bombs is usually the hardest for people.
The skull's dropping.
Yeah.
If it lands here, I go here.
Okay. Oh, that is so nice. Very good.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, perfect. What do you take the most damage from?
I mean, I didn't know that his special attacks on P2 can be prayed against.
Yeah, okay. It's the blue orb is mage, the red scimitar is melee, and the white arrow is range. If only the white arrow was green, but yeah, I'll call it out when I see it. If you damage it enough, it will also drop those black balls on you. You probably know if you don't, you can just you can just walk away from those. They target the tile you are standing on, not your character. So if you see it coming, just move and you're fine. What else is there? If it shoots a red skull at you, pray mage. If it's like a brownish urn or something, it's pray range.
Yeah, that's
all. Yeah, and that's all there is to it, really.
And then it was like, just movement dodge things.
Yes, yeah, that's it. These tiles are very nice because you can just run over the windmill and run over the line. And then it's just brain off, get back on the boss and watch your prayers. I'm just thinking if there's more here, but that's really it. The next stuff is at Warden P3. Yeah, I think
P3 is not that hard. It's
the last part that's a bit rough.
I mean, with two people and killing the skulls was a little bit slow. And I'm not sure where to stand. If there's somewhere to stand to not take damage.
You mean at the very last part? Where what part do you mean? P3, okay.
Summons the skulls?
Yes.
I know there's a skip, but I don't know how to do it.
The skip doesn't matter that much right now. I will show you the tiles after we're done with the boss. The skip is nice because you get more points. If you hit all the skulls, they turn and hit the boss. That damage doesn't get added to your points, so that's why people do the skull skip. So they can do more on the boss, more damage on the boss, but for now don't worry too much about it. The thing is you just want to kill the skulls and then get to the next phase. You have no attack delay on the skulls, so if you start in the right spot, you can do them all in one go. We'll get there when we get there. In a duo or higher, you have more time to kill the skulls. There will be more skulls as well to deal with. It's like double the skulls you have to kill, but you have like 3 or 4 times the time to do it. So in a group, it is easier to deal with. But we'll get there when we get there. I'd say let's start here and see how this goes, and then we get to the...
do I insert BGS?
Yeah, you could, sure. Just hit it with a BGS or a Dragon Bow Dagger once and just hope you hit high. I'm gonna tank, and you can start the fight whenever. If your salt is run out, don't forget to resalt. You don't have to tank here, I can just take the damage by myself. Okay. Alright, for the first ball, just keep a tile in between you and everyone else. In a solo, you're just gonna eat damage. There's not much you can do about it. And then for the next ball, everyone just get to the north side of the pillar and stand on top of each other here. Perfect. So mage gear and start hitting the guy. Stand on the tile while I'm standing. You just basically want to stand on the marked tiles and move from them only when necessary. So let's play mage. Let's play melee. Very nice. And then back to play mage. And then once the line gets here, you can run over and you won't take damage from the other one. You have to use the diagonal for that one.
Okay.
This one is for the windmill. Melee. Alright, range gear, back on the boss. Alright, that's skull bombs. There was barely any skull bombs.
Oops. Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, just move away and you're fine. You only have to move one tile. We're gonna get just move it, just one tile. Stop attacking the boss. We're just gonna walk over. I think we skipped a windmill. So just diagonal here, walk over it, and just wait for the other one, and then diagonal back, play range, and you're good. That's it really. It's the same for the windmill. Move one tile. Very nice. Play mage, and that's it.
Yeah, but you solo it basically.
Yes, but I have good gear and higher levels, but that's fine. It's nice if you're learning to have someone else do a bit more. Makes it a bit less stressful. Alright, so here just your crossbow with your ruby bolts. Start on the right side, and then 2 tiles to the left, and then one tile to the middle. And that's the whole pattern, there's nothing more to it. You don't have to pray overheads right now because we're not being attacked yet, so save yourself some prayer.
Oh, oops.
To the right. Right, skulls, just melee weapon, hit them. And hit all of them. Very nice. Make sure you heal up. We take those rubies. Very nice. 2 tiles to the left. And then 1 tile to the right. Just mark this tile so you know that's the middle. And just keep that as a baseline. So it's 1 to the right. And to the left. Never mind, it skipped. Alright, time to watch your overheads now, because we have Gruffy, that's Prey Mage. You are not using a melee weapon, so you can't damage them. Because in a duo you have so much extra time, so it's quite alright. Play range. Play mage. Play range. Keep your eye on the shadows on the floor from the boulders from above. Alright, on the left side. And the last set of skulls already. Play mage. Alright, for the last part, you just want to make sure you keep moving. Most important part is to stay on the move here, to dodge. Every time you see a shadow on the floor, just walk away. In general, play range, I would say just keep moving here, so you never get caught out by a random shadow somewhere. If you're on the left side of the room, it's a bit easier to see Z-Bags per mage, see the attacks coming. So when you're learning, I would say just stick to the left side of the room instead of the right side. So it's easier to anticipate on the attacks from the crocodile. Play range. Play mage. Don't stand on the back row, come a bit more forward. If a tile disappears on you, you get flung forward and you take damage. And it can fling you on a shadow, then you can hit by lightning as well. But GG on your first entry completion. Deathless as well, very nice.
Hey, thanks for the carry.
Yeah, you did well, you did your job. Okay, maybe a little, but you know.
Oof.
Yeah, I also have a shadow is just so incredibly strong here. I can max it on 85, so don't compare that stuff. Comparison is the thief of joy, as they say. So don't worry too much about it. Any question? That was a good chest actually. What did you get? That's decent.
Dragon Doctors.
Not bad. Any questions still or anything you're stuck on?
I mean, I want to say that most of my issue is that I have to play too many mechanics.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Get better gear is so much easier.
Better gear would help, but you still need to deal with the mechanics even with better gear. Sure, I can tank maybe an extra hit from Akka or Zibak, but even then I really don't want to, because the higher the invocation get, the more it starts to hurt. So you just want to deal with the mechanics as best you can, even with max gear. However, you did very well. You didn't die, which is always good. And all it comes down to is just practice and practice and practice and more practice. You can always ask the people in the village or the clan chat, whichever you're in, to if they want to raid with you. There's also a ToA Mass World. You can just join 8-man teams and run with them through the raid as well. They're usually very quick, and if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter as much, because there's 7 other people there to pick up the slack for you if you do make a mistake. So there's not much more I can add. You just have to practice, and get a feel for it, get it in your muscle memory, and then you can just keep doing it. What are you scared of? What are you worried about?
Not getting the drops I want.
Yeah, well, welcome to RuneScape. That's all of us.